Okay, because this will help everybody else. Okay. So, so, so like I was saying before, when you're doing these things, you want to keep them up high like this. See, you want to stay within this gate. You don't want to go here and then drop. Now, it was taught that way back in the 80s because people were doing a bong sao going over top like that instead of coming from underneath. So Grandmaster used to emphasize bringing it down to teach people to come up. But if punches are coming, I want to keep my hands up here. See? Because if I drop, pow, I'm gonna get hit. So you're doing it good. So I just wanted to say this for the other. Just some points. So when you're doing stuff, watch this. When you're doing Silam Tao and you do that pak, you push forward in line with the shoulder. See? Do this. I push, it's still in line with my shoulder. You jut sao. You can go from here. You can go from here. Instead of parking, you can jut sao. Okay. You notice that when you do Silam Tao and you do those two juts, this blue, your juts are not in the center. Just like with the bong sao and everything else, two chun as your wrist bone should be in the center. So this should be in the center. So when you do a jut and Silam Tao, you're jutting out here because you're using two hands. Really, the jut should be in the middle. Should be here. If you're doing a center line jut. So you can do it this way. So that's the correct way. If you do the jut the way it's in the form, it's out. See, it's way out there. Yeah. Do the jut sao, it should be in your center line. Your wrist bone should be two chun or two finger distances past your center line. So my zipper here, my wrist should be past. Now it looks like my wrist is in the center. It should be in the center. My wrist should be two chun past my center. The same thing goes with the bong sao, right? Now with central line lap, the punch is out here, say hypothetically. So the line of attack would be out here. My wrist is still two chun past the line of attack. Whether the line of attack is here, 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 your wrist bone shouldn't be in the line of attack. So it's actually like doing those hand positions without the hand almost. Okay, two chun, always that measurement, two chun. If you do the bong sao in the center line like this, my elbow is pointing out there. Watch when I bring it to the center. I mean, across the center. Bong sao here is pointing out there. See, now it's pointing. Remember, there's four kicks in Chum Kyu. There's a ball. The first kick is ball of the foot. The second kick is heel. The last two kicks are the whole foot. Okay. Raising the leg up like that. This is how most people front kick. They raise the leg up. That's easy to block. You want to raise the leg up, push out. So your kick should be a punch. It's so the leg goes up, out, same path back, down. Up, out, same path down. Not like this. Most people front kick like that. They just raise the leg up. And if you don't know martial arts and you get scared, you can just drop your hand and you block that kick. But if it comes up and goes through, you know, get a chair or anything you can kick over and stand over. Like say I have a pole here, stand up. Do a 4-count leg training. Yeah. Yi, sam, say. Yeah. Push out with the hip. Yi, sam, say. I can't kick like I used to do, but notice how I'm pushing out. So my kick is like if I had a pool cue and I was shooting straight. My kick isn't raising up. And as you get better, you raise the stick up. And as you get even better, you bring the stick closer to you. So at first, you want to keep the kick out here. So you bring your leg up. And as you get better, you bring the kick here. A Wing Chun person should be able to kick a person maybe this close to you. Kick out. It's not just the leg. Watch my hip. See? So when I do the kick, watch. It's the whole body. It's not just the leg. Okay. Maybe I didn't see you. After here, you kick, right? And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Chin sao, lap sao. Is that what you did? Yeah. You notice I did this with my fist? So if you had gloves on, this is how you would do that Wu sao. the Wusao, your fingers aren't incorporated in the Wusao because there's no strength here. See? So sometimes you may see me do this because when I used to fight, I had gloves. I had to block like this. That's my Wusao. See? Except I have the closed fist. I know you're learning it by the rote. When I teach people, I have them pause here so they're covering the line. They're not leaving a path to get hit. See? They're covering. Really should be one. It should be one motion. See? Way. Now, of course, if teaching someone, you're going to teach them bong, shin, la. I used to do this and do a circle. You could do the circle if you step back. Okay? You're going to pull the punch into your face. So you're going to take it over your head. Okay? Like, I got a private lesson here. I didn't know about this on set 3. I didn't know that you did I didn't know it was an upward diagonal Pak. Remember, you can pull this off. That windshield wiper.
If you step back.
You know, you got to take it over. So the punch. So they're trying to hit you like this. And what you're doing, this is what you're doing to their arm. You're making it go. Okay? So you got to practice doing, see? Don't practice stop. So it has to be a flow, a continuous flow. Now, of course, if you're teaching someone, you can teach them Bong Wu in the center. You tell them to drop the elbow, Chun Sao, and lock. Now, you can punch if you want to in that part of the form. You could do Bong, Chun, lock. You don't have to pull the fist back in chamber. At your level, just bring it around, see? Bong, and bring it around. But this lop is in your center line, see? And remember, when you do a lop sao, your wrist bone, if you do a center line lop sao, your wrist bone is 2 finger breadths past your center. My wrist bone should be 2 chun past the line of attack. Thing. See, here, the line of attack is here. So wherever I turn, that's the line of attack. See, if I turn, the line of attack never changes. So the person's punching, if it's a straight punch, you want your bone sao, the bone 2 chun past the line of attack. See how my foot, when I do this, watch. I'm doing a hyun sao and a hyun gert. Can you see my feet? I used to do the palm strike like this.
Gum sao, not palm strike.
See my elbow out here? Say when you do this part. Well, you know that in the form, you go this way. So from here, you step forward. So I used to do this. Sifu corrected me. He corrected me. Because it has support, right? Yeah. So here's what Sifu uses to measure. Let me just take this off for sure. You see that?
Yes.
See that? From it's like a diagonal line that goes here. So from this joint to that joint. See? So that's where you punch when you do a Pak. Your hand should go over there. One time Sifu said he was going to put a magic marker and draw a diagonal line here on our hands. See? So that's why when you do this, it should be this way, not that way.
Okay.
Strength here. You got support here. You can push on. Okay. Okay. Remember, this got to be in your center line. See? Except you're facing that way. So you start here, and this is a center line lap sao. It's going to be in your center. Normally, this section is done this way. 1, 2, 3. So since you started from here, I asked Sifu if I could do this and come back to the guard. So that's something I do. This isn't traditional. See? And come back to guard. And then come back to guard. Normally, it's just 1, 2, 3. And strike. Oops, see, I did that again. See? And strike. You can also go from here, Lao Sao, and strike. But I'll explain that later. Right now, let's just keep it simple. So from here, you step forward, hi. Gam Sao. Gam means to pin, and then palm strike. Remember, when you palm strike, you're only hitting with this fleshy part of your palm. So I'm cross leg. So it's done from, you can do it from a side neutral too, cross leg, the guy throws a straight punch, I step back and boom. As he pulls his hand back, I check the elbow, step in and hit. He throws another straight punch with the other hand, I step around, gamsao, and palm strike to the floating rib. Okay, that's what the application is for that. Now, what the form doesn't show you is the 43, he throws a straight punch and a round punch. So then let's do it from a front stance. I'd step back, go in, he throws the round punch, I'd bu, chun, and then do something, okay? So you gotta, that's not in the form, but that's one of the applications. So there's another interpretation of this. I step back, my intent is to go and do a palm strike, but the other punch comes, I go, oh shit, I come back and check. So there's different interpretations of it. It's best if I had a partner to show you, but I hope you can get it from that. So in Silam Tao, you only do the forward Yungurk, right? But here you learn this one, because when you step here, you do this, and then you go forward. So you're learning the different Yungurks. So that backward Yungurk, you're making a regular U shape. The other one, it's an upside down U shape in Silam Tao. And that's important for when you kick, you circle when you land. Because if you just kick and your leg drops, gravity dictates where you land. And you're fighting the guy who's moving around, throwing punches. So when I kick, he may move there. I have to track him. But if I kick and just drop down, now he's moved there, bam, bam, he's got me. Try to avoid doing this bad habit that I've had for years, doing that. We have a movement for this where you would push the guy to the side to open him up. So a Khao Sao is different from a Bong Sao. They look the same. Bong Sao goes underneath the limb. Khao Sao goes on top of the limb. This hand has to be low because as he kicks, I'm hitting him on his ankle. So when he does that strike, so when he's kicking at me and I step back, bam, I'm hitting him on the ankle. You're not punishing him for kicking. Now up here, down here, just like this Bong Sao, the same spatial relationship. So it's like using both sides of your brain. This one's soft, it's yin, this one's yang. So, and bam, and it's not simultaneous, like, see? And the low Bong Sao comes up over your eyebrows to cover your head. So some people do this. It was a front kick, and then he throws a punch to my face. I come up here, see, to cover that punch. If he throws the front kick and I do this, the punch is gonna pop me. Okay, so the kick comes, a punch is coming up here. So I bring this hand up. So the form shows you going this way, but you would never do that. You'd move away. And you wouldn't even want to move away like this because he can front kick and then side kick. So say he front kicks and then he side kicks and knocks this leg, okay? That. Notice how I'm moving into the punch? I'm here, whether I have gloves on or whatever. If I'm even in a front stance, he punches, I do this and do that. When he kicks, rather, I do this and do that and hit. So I use the back of my hand, almost stiff, to hook his hand down. Okay? All right. So another question. Why did we go here, here, and strike? Yes, if he punches with his right hand, I would do this. If he punched with his left hand, I would do this. It's when you get here, you turn the steering wheel to the left, then to the right, and strike. And the other side, you do the opposite. These po pies aren't completely locked out. Because if they're locked out, look at this. Someone can slide in. You want to keep it in a little bit. So as I'm doing the po pie to him, like say the top po pie, I'm pinning his arm down a little bit. So this hand is pushing towards my body. So watch, if I straighten it out, see how I hit myself? I let it come in. So right now I'm pushing and this keeps him from sliding in while I'm still hitting, see? But I'm still using sinking power. It's called chamlik. So when I do this, I'm sinking down, holding his arms, see? They're not locked out because I have no protection here. That's really important to remember. Po pai. Popai means carrying the sign. Old Chinese funerals where they would carry the deceased person's name in a funeral procession. Somebody would be holding it like that. Left goes first. When you do it on this side, right goes first. Remember, Wing Chun usually left first, then right. There you go. Now finish. 1, 2, 3. Good thing you did that. Some people do this over here. Now the line of attack, the kick is here. I'm getting kicked. So if there was a straight line here, remember, the line of attack is a highway. Wing Chun does this. We put a roadblock on the highway, so the traffic can't come through. The attack is traffic coming in. You stop in the traffic, then left, right, left. Okay? Let me go.